Ah, Dinkum. It's one of those games that I fell in love with pretty quickly. Not only is it an indie game, but it's developed by a single person, James Bendon, and its elements of Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing come together very nicely in a nice little package. It really hits that nostalgia button for me. So the story essentially starts out where you're in the South City. It's snowy, gray, and just very dreary, and you hate it, and you can't wait to leave, and you're looking for any opportunity to leave. So you do. You take the red pill, essentially transporting yourself to this random Australian island where you meet Fletch, the self-proclaimed officiant of the island. She is basically going to be your guide, mayor, banker, lender, everything else you could possibly think of. Anyway, she gives you a tent and a sleeping bag and tells you to set up camp. The purpose of the game is to explore the Australian Outback and build up your town, meet new people, farm, fish, mess with the local wildlife, and just enjoy the Outback. It's cozy. It's a very cozy game. The core gameplay loop is reminiscent of Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, of course, but it definitely has its own unique flavor. As you complete activities, you'll accumulate this currency that therefore allows you to unlock licenses that allow you to do more things in the game. It slowly feeds you more things to do so you don't feel overwhelmed. Classic cozy game, right? Eventually, Fletch will give you this visitor platform that you can put down next to your tent or her tent and essentially lets people visit your island. Who you get for a visitor is completely random. At least I think it is. Each visitor has something unique to offer. Most of the time they do have something to sell you, as well as tasks that you could complete for them. Pro tip, if you do the tasks with them, you will slowly gain friendship with them. There's a heart system like Stardew Valley. And essentially you'll be able to convince them to come to the island permanently, especially corn tortillas. Oh, yes! We convinced her to stay. That is awesome. Which is nice, but not without a catch. Yes, you must supply the complete cost of what it costs to build their building, materials, and dinks. Yes, dinks. It's the currency of the game. And let me tell you about the amount of dinks a building costs. Oh my goodness. It's absolutely insane. But I mean, it's not really that hard to accumulate a lot of dinks. So in Dinkum, there is a lot you can do. You basically choose what you want to do each day. There are quests that you can complete if you choose to do so via the bulletin board once it's unlocked. And as well as each character offers you a daily quest if you talk to them. Basically, ask them if there's anything you can do for them, and they will in turn ask you for a favor. And then return you with a quest reward. Probably a pair of pants, probably some dink, maybe a tin, bar, who knows. But yes, each day you wake up and you decide, do I want to fish? Do I want to farm? Do I want to explore the mines? Do I want to expand my reach across the outback, building bridges, chopping down trees, harassing the local wildlife, and trying not to faint? There's all kinds of crafting stations. You can build all the equipment you can imagine. You can make jams like you can in Stardew. You can plant all kinds of trees, harvest all kinds of crops. Plenty of things and variety to plant and grow. The choice is yours. And so if you like a more linear game, then you might not like this. If you like Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing, then this game is probably for you. Sometimes it's hard not to get distracted. I got distracted quite often. I'd always have a task that I was trying to complete or finish, and there would always be something that would, pull me away. So let's just say I'd be out fishing, and all of a sudden I'll see a bug fly across my screen or on the ground crawling around, and I can't help but catch it because that's more I can add to the museum. And we'll talk about the museum here in a second. But yeah, it's a new species, got to add it to the museum. So, and don't even get me started about the building projects. Always something to remodel. Always a new project to do, or a specific look you're trying to go for. It's a huge distraction to whatever your previous goal was. You can terraform the land, you can move dirt around, you can do all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun. It is kind of fun to see some of the animals attack each other. The most frequent occurrence I feel like I witnessed was the alligators and the sharks. They would always attack each other, and one would always win, and the other one would be, severely hurt. So you could go in and finish them off, and therefore get two birds, one stone. So you could get some alligator meat, or crocodile meat, actually. Excuse me, not alligators, they're crocodiles. And some shark meat, which was nice. Both meats good to cook up and eat. So, as well as some kangaroos. I don't know. The kangaroos would get in it with the dingoes. I think that's what the dogs are called. If they're not, correct me, please, in the comments. But yeah, kangaroos and the dingoes would always, fight. And the dingoes always usually won, which, yeah, it makes sense. They travel in packs, right? So, anyway. And then we'll just take the croc out afterwards and we'll get double meat. It's going to be glorious. That's a tough bird. Oh, man, bird down. All right. Take that, Crocky. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All right. He's a tough little dude. Amphibious and landborn. Okay. He's done. Dive, dive, dive. Like a submarine. Okay. So the museum. Once you do unlock the museum, Theodore will be your go-to man. He'll be the guy that'll collect new bugs or new fish for you. It's a lot like Animal Crossing, where you donate to the museum in that game, and basically it displays it in each wing of the museum. You have a nice aquarium to the right and a nice bug sanctuary to the left. Yeah, just basically somewhere to go and reflect and explore the museum, see all the stuff that you've already caught. So with each season, there's 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. The trees change, everything changes. You can grow different crops. But what I thought was the most fun is the different bugs and fish that appear. So you definitely have to play the game through a full year before you're going to be able to complete the museum or catch all the bugs and fish. What's really fun is if you go out in the evening when it's late, like 10 to midnight, you can find stingrays in the north part of the ocean. Now, I realize that none of it really looks like ocean. It's all very shallow. The deepest water, I think, is like 3 or 4 blocks deep, so really not that deep. But anyway, if you go out to the north or the south, depending on the season, you will find fish that you weren't able to catch closer to shore. Make sure you use a rowboat, because there are sharks out there, and the sharks are mean, and they do attack you. So, as far as making dink in the game, there's a lot of ways to make money in this game. Between fishing, farming, doing quests, and capturing animals, yes, you can capture animals, all kinds, even the dangerous ones. But if you're going to go fishing, cook your fish, because I realized that selling raw fish sells for a lot less than cooked fish. So, yeah, cook your fish. Who knew? So building out the town. The building system is pretty good. You can manipulate the terrain and craft all kinds of fences, roads, and crafting stations. You can plant trees and plants to help beautify your town. Of course, buy furniture for your house. There's a full little housing system that you can play with. You can't build your house like wall for wall, but you can decorate it and change the way it looks on the outside. I found myself constantly changing the way the town was laid out. I would want to switch a road, move a road over here, switch it to cobblestone or switch it to brick, maybe switch a bridge out because I didn't like the way that wood looked. I didn't like the gum wood. I wanted the hardwood. Anyway, yeah, lots of stuff to distract you. You're like, that would look so much better. But be warned, it costs quite a bit of dink to move a building. So if you decide you don't like where you put that building, at least the last time I checked, it cost 25,000 dink to move a building to a new location. So, I mean, I guess it's not a lot, but it is definitely a chunk of dink. I do feel like this game can be a bit grindy at times, especially whether I'm trying to get enough money to buy something and finish a project, or trying to get enough resources to craft something. Sometimes it takes a bit. It's not terrible by any means, but sometimes it's a slight grind. I mean, I am enjoying this game. It is a good game. It's a nice, cozy, relaxing game that you can play for 20, 30 minutes and feel like you did get something done and you enjoyed yourself, so that's nice. Now, as I mentioned before, this was developed by a single individual. Upon leaving early access, it was taken over by Crafton as the publisher. I'm not entirely sure if James Bendon is still helping develop the game further or if he has totally washed his hands of it. Nonetheless, the game has not changed much since early access. It's just been polished up very nicely. They have added a few things like the night market, which is an NPC that comes out on the 16th of each month and offers these mystery bags that you can buy that hold all sorts of things. So if you're getting tired of moving across the Outback on foot, there's vehicles, yes. boats, planes, or boats, trains, automobiles, all that jazz. No. Land, water, and air options available, as well as some farming vehicles. So you can mass produce your crops. You don't have to constantly water each individual crop or, harvest each individual one. Side note on the crop thing, if you have NPCs around your town, specifically Rain, who is the greenhouse lady, she will go and water your plants for you because her greenhouse doesn't open till 11 a.m. So when you get up at 7 a.m. in the game, from 7 to 11, she's out and about watering your plants, which is nice. So if you don't have a ton of plants that you're growing, she will water most of them for you. But back to the vehicles here. There is helicopters, there's gliders, there's a plane, there's a boat. I don't know. I think there's a jet ski. As I mentioned before, farming equipment, all kinds of stuff that you can unlock. I have not unlocked them all. But yeah, all kinds of fun stuff to play around with. So we're going to talk about the mines now. After a while, you'll unlock the mine building. So it's basically this building that you slap down, and it allows you to, explore the deeper levels of Dinkum. So there's, at least to my knowledge, there's 3 levels of the mines. And the first level offers you, a plethora of copper and some iron ore. And lots of baddies. You got bats, you got alligators with mushrooms on top of their backs. It's an interesting world. But what you'll find is there's these little gates that are locked, and that's what you're going to be using these old keys that you find via metal detecting. I didn't talk about metal detecting earlier, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Anyway, so you'll find these old keys that you'll use to unlock these little rooms down in the mines, and it offers random stuff, all kinds of stuff. But once in a while, you'll come across this little gem node, and these little gems you'll put in this box, and it grinds it up and gives you gems, which allow you to gain access to the next level of the mines. Same thing goes to the next level. There'll be a gem that you'll be able to find in that one that will give you access to the next level. The last level is the hot level, and kind of funny, just pure lava. Yeah, very warm down there, but you do need to go down there, but I won't spoil it anymore. Definitely explore there. Each time you use the mine, it does cost about 25,000 dink. You have to buy a mine pass, so keep that in mind. John sells them in his store. So throughout the map, there are these like fast travel waypoint type things. They call them power towers, or I guess you could consider them a lighthouse. But anyway, it's basically this old power tower thing that are in need of repair. There's about 4 of them in the map. You can basically repair them with the parts that you've gathered through metal detecting. Metal detecting is very, very lucrative and important here. A little pro tip here, do not sell your discs. The little round silver discs, do not sell them. You will need them. And then basically once you repair these power towers, you will eventually unlock fast travel, and so you'll be able to travel in between them, which is nice, especially in the beginning before you unlock vehicles. So the verdict, yeah, if you like games like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, you'll probably like this game. If you're tired of those games and you don't like them at all, well, you'll probably be bored. The multiplayer does work pretty well. I played a little bit with my wife. It was fun. She enjoyed it. You can basically travel between each other's island. It's fun. Playing this game is definitely a time sink, for sure. It does tend to have that just one more day effect that Stardew did. So yes, that's my review of Dinkum. It's just a fun, cozy game. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And let me know in the comments. Have you heard of Dinkum? Have you ever played it? Until next time, guys, go play a game you enjoy.